What's up, Cavaliers, man? It's been a great first 4 days. I'm so proud of you all. I have enjoyed working with you guys immensely, and we've done a whole lot. I mean, we've obviously covered a lot of football, and we actually had some community service learning opportunities, and we gave back to community on Friday. We got to do it again on Sunday with a couple other guys to clean up. We gave out our first 4 oars for the Row to Boat Challenge, and I gotta be honest, man. It's so much fun to be out there with a motivated group of coaches and players who are working towards being uncommonly great. And so I first want to kind of talk about some things that we can do to make sure that we're getting the most out of our uncommon great experience. And honestly, some of these things could be things that prevent us from being uncommonly great no matter how hard we try. And that really comes back down to nutrition and eating. We had a few guys show up this morning who hadn't eaten breakfast, and you could tell their tanks were not full, and you suffered greatly, and I get worried about you. I don't want you to go down as a heat casualty. And some guys are like saying to yourself, like, Coach, how does not eating cause me to go down as a heat casualty? I thought drinking water makes me be most prepared for the heat, and part of that is true. All right, and I'm going to explain to you why part of that is true. The other thing, though, is like Coach Hicks was talking about this to some of the guys, that it's like a car. You know, if you don't put fuel in it, you're not going to go very far. And, of course, without the food in your body, that's the fuel you have and you need. You're not putting the fuel in your car, you're not going to go anywhere, and you'll hit a wall. And we had several guys hit a wall today. And I like to think it was because of the conditioning or the heat, but I think for some it was because of the amount of nutrition in their body, and also because of the water that was in their body because of what they didn't eat. And here's what I want you to understand. Car has a radiator in it, right? And so we put water or antifreeze in a radiator, and that keeps the car cool as the engine's hot. All right? And if you put antifreeze in there and it's rolling, it's good. So if we're putting water into our body, and our body becomes the radiator, it's going to help keep us cool as long as the water can stay in our body. See, there's an issue in which if we don't have enough nourishment, which provides minerals and nutrients to our body to help us retain that water, then what happens is we're in a cycle of always going to the bathroom, always urinating. Our urine would be clear, which is what we want, but we need to retain the water. And so if you don't have the nutrients in your body and the minerals in your body to retain the water, just like sodium, potassium, you find them in bananas, all your food has sodium in it, then you're just basically drinking water and it's going right out, which is like taking a radiator in a car and putting radiator fluid, antifreeze, water into the radiator and having a hole at the bottom. You're just putting water through and it's going right back out. And that's pretty much what's happening to some of you guys when you don't eat. And so we need to take care of our bodies. We need to eat. And so that's kind of the lesson of the day, to ensure that you guys need to take care of yourselves and eat regularly. We got a good week in front of us. Obviously, you guys remember and know, because you guys remind me greatly, that we have a scrimmage on Friday. And so we need to get the most out of practice and ensure that you guys are safe and healthy and we can have a good time. I also want to talk about the 4 guys that we honored last night with those oars. For the Row the Boat Challenge. I'm so proud of them. I sent the video out yesterday for those who would want to watch the video and figure out how they can earn their oar and get on the boat with me. That way we can roll through anything that we have to row through and get to the same place together in uncommon greatness. So I want to kind of share just some pieces of the things these guys talked about. And the first one was Cornell. Cornell says, 3 key takes that stuck with me in this book are being a great teammate, having passion, can help you succeed and grow as a person on and off the field. Making the most out of your opportunities is very important. When an opportunity appears for something you have been working for, you need to be ready to put in everything you have to accomplish that goal. Talent is nothing without hard work, and without hard work, talent will suffer. That was just a small piece of what Cornell felt he learned or took away from the book, the Row the Boat book by John Gordon and PJ Fleck. And then Cole Cartman, freshman, this is what he said, which I thought was really awesome. He closed his paper by saying, never give up on what you want to do or be. You just have to follow 3 key components, which he found in this book: the oar, the boat, and the compass. Those 3 key components teach you always on how to be better at what you want to do, and as far as improving with your team and where you want to go. If you really want it, you're going to have to bring the oar, which is the energy. You got to have the energy. The oar propels you where you want to go. The boat is also necessary because it's a sacrifice, and it shows how committed you are to the team and to your cause. And of course, the compass, which is also important because it gives you the direction and tells you where you're trying to get to. That was awesome. Cole, I'm proud of you. Good stuff there. And then we have Connor Handmaker. He said, I will take away from this book that you should never give up. Believe in yourself and believe in others, even when they don't believe in you, and always give your all. And I will personally apply these principles from this book by not giving up, because I've never done football before, and so I want to be able to be there for my team. I thought that was awesome, Connor. Thank you for sharing that. And the last submission we had, I brought 2 little pieces from his submission, was Xavier Hawkins, sophomore. He says the second thing he took away from this book was straight from the book. He thought this was good. He said, on bad teams, there's no one who leads. On good teams, coaches lead. But on elite teams, the uncommonly great teams, the players lead. And then he closed by saying, in conclusion, this book was great. He says, I don't like reading at all, but I can read this book several times if I wanted. The book is full of life lessons that I can apply to my everyday life. Let's row together, Xavier Hawkins. Fellas, I appreciate that commitment that you guys took. Take time out of your summer to read a book to make yourselves better. Make yourselves better for this team. That sacrifice, that oar will be on your wall forever as a reminder of that sacrifice. And of course, the lessons learned from reading that book will certainly help you too. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you eat. Make sure you get some rest. Maybe take some time to go to church and some time with the family this weekend. I love you. I'm out. Boom.